Welcome, foolish mortals, to another episode of the HitchHiking Hosts Show 101. I am your host, your ghost host, Wes Troop. And this week we are going to hop in our time-traveling dune buggies and head back, yes, once again to 1955. But we're going to talk about an interesting subject, because it's not an attraction, a restaurant, or something else in Disneyland, but it's a little bit outside of Disneyland, like across the street. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the first ever hotel to have the Disney name on it. We're going to talk about the Disneyland Hotel. While creating Disneyland, Walt Disney knew he wanted a place where Disneyland guests could stay overnight, as at the time it was a good drive from big cities in Southern California. He planned to build a hotel right near the park. Unfortunately, Disney's bank was hurting him a bit from the construction of Disneyland. Walt tried to talk his friend Art Linkletter into building a hotel near his park, but Linkletter wasn't sure Disneyland would be a hit and declined the offer. Years later, Linkletter realized the humongous mistake that was. Walt moved on and struck up a deal with Jack Rather, a Texas millionaire and film producer who owned hotels in Palm Springs and Las Vegas and co-owned TV stations, and had a business partner, Maria Helen Alvarez, which would see Rather Alvarez Productions owning and operating the Disneyland Hotel, located right across the street from the park. The original hotel was designed by Pieria and Luckman Firm and opened its doors for business on October 5, 1955. The hotel was supposed to open in August, but was postponed due to the number of strikes. The hotel originally had only 7 guest rooms available on its opening. However, a little more over 100 rooms in 5 two-story complexes would soon be made available. The cost for a room was $15 a night, which is drastically different now, which usually could accommodate up to 4 people. Each room had a color television and its own private balcony or patio. The coffee shop had a special children's menu, and baby food could be arranged in advance. The hotel would see dining, specialty shops, recreational facilities, including an Olympic-sized swimming pool and wading pool for kids, a doctor, a dentist, a barber, and a beauty shop added early in 1956. Another perk was children under 12 could stay for free. The Disneyland Hotel celebrated its official grand opening on August 25, 1956, with many celebrities in attendance. The hotel expanded that year as well, with 3 North Garden Room structures, another structure in 1958, and 2 more in 1960. It then had over 300 guest rooms and suites, and was one of the first in the region to be able to host 4 people per room. The Rather Alvarez partnership came to an end in 1958 and saw Rather buying out his former partner's shares with the hotels, making him the sole owner of the Disneyland Hotel. In 1961, the hotel added the Magic Kingdom miniature golf course designed by Disney studio artists and Imagineers. Also that year, groundbreaking began for the first hotel tower, known as the Sierra, in October 1961. The 11-story high-rise tower would become Orange County's tallest building at 118 feet. The new 150-room tower building opened in September 1962 and was surrounded by Japanese garden reflecting pools. A promenade encircled the ground floor with 6 bridges, providing access to the tower. On the ground floor were 8 new conference rooms. The hotel would expand even more in 1966, adding more guest rooms with the addition of another tower connected to the Sierra. 2 more towers were soon added, with the Marina in 1970 and the Bonita in 1978. A convention center was also added in 1972. The lobby was also one of the largest in the nation. The hotel featured a Richfield service station for many years due to their sponsorship of a number of Disney rides, including Autopia, And remember, we talked about that in previous episodes. The hotel now had over 1,400 guest rooms. Guests would travel between the hotel and park main entrance through a tram. The Disneyland monorail was also extended, and a station at the hotel opened in 1961. On June 15, 1970, an RV park called Vacationland opened adjacent to the hotel. It had its own pool and clubhouse, and years later acted as the spark for the idea of the Fort Wilderness Campground at Walt Disney World. Also in 1970, the 3.5-acre World of Water Marina, later named the Seaports of the Pacific, was dedicated. The marina was in the middle of an L formed by the Sierra Tower and the Marina Tower. Other hotels had lakes, but none had a marina. Guests could see the latest designs in powerboats, cruisers, and sailboats, enjoy fine dining, enjoy the world's first video arcade, and paddle around in 2-passenger pedal boats. New recreation facilities were added to include a fishing pool, outdoor amphitheater featuring a dancing water show, white sand beach, and a swimming pool, and a tropical tide pool for wading. Water Wonderland also debuted in 1979 and included the first laser sculpture show in the United States, an updated dancing water show, and a new 2 million 4-acre aqua gardens in front of the Bonita Tower. Aqua Gardens featured the 165-foot wide crescent-shaped horseshoe falls, a rainforest, and a series of reflecting pools, rapids, and a Japanese fish pond grotto with over 400 Japanese imperial koi fish. In 1980, the Disneyland Hotel replaced the Artisans Market at the marina with the Seaports of the Pacific shopping area. The International Bazaar included an arts and crafts market and shops of imports from the South Seas. Entertainment was provided in the form of mimes, magicians, and strolling musicians. Visitors could enjoy drinks and snacks at Sausalito's Sue, a floating rustic cocktail barge. At the cost of $3.1 million, the hotel's original Garden Villas rooms were renovated and reopened. The North Garden rooms were redesigned to be executive suites and family units set in a tropical landscape. Some rooms were redesigned to serve as meeting rooms for 20 or fewer persons and included a wet bar and adjoining sitting room. One of the guest room structures in the North Garden room area was removed and replaced with a gazebo and rose garden area to provide a picturesque setting for weddings and wedding receptions. In 1984, Michael Eisner became the chairman and CEO of Walt Disney Productions. He wanted to get out of Walt's agreement with the Rather Corporation and finally bring the hotel under the Disney empire, but Rather turned down the idea. Only a few months after, Rather passed away, as did Rather's widow, Bonita Granville, in 1988. Disney then came in and bought the entire Rather company. Many changes would come from Disney finally owning the hotel. In 1997, Vacationland was closed and demolished. In 1999, a sizable portion of the hotel was demolished as well in order to make room for downtown Disney and more parking areas for the expanding resort. Most of the buildings east of the Sierra and north of the Marina Towers and the original hotel buildings from 1955 were demolished. The only buildings remaining were the convention center and parking garage. Recreational facilities were built in the quad between the three towers, previously site of the Water Wonderland, to replace those that were previously located east of the Sierra Tower. Streets that had been used to access the hotel by car were regraded and or outright eliminated, and a new street was built to get to the hotel. Tram service for the hotel was also discontinued, leaving the monorail as the only vehicular mode of transportation from park to hotel. In 2001, the Grand Californian Resort opened, making up for the loss of rooms, but many of the restaurants and amenities that existed before 1999 were never replaced. Today, none of the original hotel buildings from 1955 remain standing. Very little of the hotel, other than parking areas and service facilities, sit outside of the perimeter created by the three remaining guest room towers. Original signs and other artifacts from several of the stores and restaurants demolished with the plaza are on display in the hotel's employee cafeteria. ESPN Zone, Rainforest Cafe, and AMC Theaters, which are all downtown Disney venues, now occupy much of the former hotel space east of the Sierra Tower. Mickey Mouse theming is employed in many interior furnishings and details. In 2007, the Marina, Sierra, and Bonita Towers were renamed Magic, Dreams, and Wonder, respectively. Other buildings in the hotel complex house restaurants, stores, offices, recreational facilities, and convention and banquet facilities. The hotel also features a gazebo and garden areas that are used for Disney's fairy tale weddings and honeymoons. A new downtown Disney monorail station was built on the same site as the old Disneyland Hotel station that takes guests into Tomorrowland inside Disneyland Park, along the same beamway that existed before the 1999 to 2001 expansion. The Disneyland Hotel started another major renovation in 2009, beginning with the Dreams Tower. Renovations included new windows, wallpaper, carpeting, and decor. The Dreams Tower, completed in 2010, would become the Adventure Tower. The Wonder Tower became the Frontier Tower after its completion in 2011, and the Magic Tower became the Fantasy Tower in 2012. The Neverland Pool area also received a redesign, which was completed in 2012. The transformation included 6 new cabanas and 2 new water slides, featuring the original park signage at the top, along with replicas of Mark I monorails encasing both slides. A new 4-foot pool was built between the former Neverland Pool and the water play area. As for current restaurants you can find at the hotel, in 2006, the upscale restaurant known as Granville Steakhouse reopened as Steakhouse 55, which you can find in the convention center. Close to that is Goofy's Kitchen, a buffet-style establishment complete with character meals. In 2011, the hotel added Tangaroa's Terrace, which of course you can remember from the Enchanted Tiki Garden. I am Tangaroa. A quick-service restaurant and one of the most popular restaurants in the resort, Trader Sam's Enchanted Tiki Bar, to add to the theming of the Adventure Tower. While the Disneyland Hotel has undergone many, many different changes over the years, one thing has always held true. It's a fabulous place to stay, play, or dine so close to Disneyland. All right, well, that's the show. I'll be back with another Hitchhiking Host Show 101 next week, where we'll talk about another attraction at Disneyland, as well as a trending topic show coming up in just a few days, where I'm going to give you the latest Disney news. But until then, don't forget to subscribe right here on YouTube, youtube.com/HitchHostShow. You can like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/HitchHostShow. Follow on the Twitter at HitchHostShow. And of course, if you are listening to the show or you want to listen to the show, you can do so over on Podbean. It's hitchhostshow.podbean.com, or search on iTunes or Stitcher under West Troop or the Hitchhiking Host Show. Until next time, don't forget to
hurry back
for the next episode. See ya.